Hello, I'm back. I'm attorney Darren Miller, and this is D-Law.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
First of all, I want to welcome all our new subscribers. I appreciate you listening, looking, sharing, giving your comments, and letting us know what it is you want to be talking about. So my name is attorney Darren Miller. I've been practicing law for the last 23 years, and I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do, and I love sharing some of the stories and some of the unique things that are happening in the course of our day-to-day practice. So let's get right into it. So today we want to talk about the importance of legal representation in court. So how important is legal representation in court? In court, it is absolutely essential. You need representation when you're getting involved in almost any significant issue. Are there issues you can take care of by yourself? Absolutely. But let me tell you this as a lawyer. I don't do anything that is that significant without making sure I have representation. One good example of that is I got stopped in a school zone. I think I was going like 62, and that is just ridiculous. And so I'm fighting that particular ticket. Could I go and fight it myself? Absolutely. Is that the best course of action? Probably not. Because practicing municipal court law is not what I do. It's not what I do on a regular basis. I don't know all the nuances. I'm not well connected there. And so what I've done is I went and hired a professional that's all that they do to take care of my needs in court. Did it cost me a little bit of money? Yes, it did. But right from the very beginning, they told me, okay, Darren, we need to do this. Let's reset this. Let's do this. They had a strategy with which to figure out what to do to take care of the case. While that happened in my municipal case as related to a traffic ticket, you should apply that to any issue involving an attorney, whether it's a personal injury accident, whether it's a divorce, whatever it is, seek proper legal representation just to make sure that you're doing the right thing. I know everyone wants to save money, but at least get a good legal opinion just to make sure you're making good and well-found decisions, okay? So I don't make not a move, unless I know exactly what I'm doing is correct. If I don't, then I get legal help. That is essential in anything that you do. I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why legal representation is very important. Let's just get right into it from the very beginning. Number one, the first reason is to properly protect your rights. Again, if this is not something that we do on a normal basis, there's a chance that we can miss certain things and unaware of things that we do not know, right? And by hiring people that this is all that they do, then you have a better interest of better protecting your rights and making sure you don't leave money on the table or make decisions that are not in your best interest. It's very important that you do that, okay? Get some help to make sure that your interests are properly protected. Number two, when you need a lawyer, when you have a legal issue, what's going on? There is additional stress in your life, okay? And so one of the things that's really important is that if I've got a lawyer that's helping me with a particular issue, what you should do is unload that stress to that lawyer. That's what you're hiring them for, okay? Unload that stress to them. Here's what's going on. Here's this. You're gonna fight for me. Okay, great. You're gonna help me. You're gonna assist me. You're gonna help me get through this. So take that stress off of you and putting it on the lawyer that you're paying, okay? That's really important. So hiring that lawyer should reduce your stress level. If it's not, you got the wrong lawyer. Number three, having good representation typically improves the outcome for you. You have better advice, you have a better strategy, you have a better outcome. That follows in almost every case. I see it specifically with regards to personal injury accidents. I see so many people that come to me, oh my God, I went and settled my case for $2,500. Oh, your neighbor that I represented, we got 10 times that amount. I'm just telling you, having good representation with good strategy typically gets you to a better outcome, a more predictable outcome, something that we're prepared and ready for. So good representation will allow that to happen.
Number 4.
Good representation suggests that you will have better knowledge of the law. So many people go into courts these days saying, well, gosh, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the situation is. If you are in that position, you know you're doing the wrong thing. You should always know where you stand in any given situation, especially if it's a legal situation, which means your increase when you hire a good lawyer, they're going to educate you with regards to potential outcomes, potential risks, potential rewards, right? And so your knowledge of the situation should be substantially increased. If you have better knowledge, you have a better opportunity to make better decisions. Number 5, having good representation allows you to mitigate your risks. And what I mean by that, it allows you to potentially reduce the amount of risk that you're exposing yourself to, right? In many situations when you go to court, there are certain procedures and things you're supposed to do. When you have good legal representation, they can make sure that you adhere to certain things so you don't expose yourself to additional punishments, that you're not in breach of the court rules, for example. So it allows you to mitigate your risk by leaning on that lawyer to make sure that you're making good decisions. So good mitigation of risk comes when you hire a good lawyer. One of the most important reasons is
number 6, offering of alternative solutions.
having a good lawyer allows you to come up with other creative alternatives. It is really good when you have the stress of some legal issue over your head, to have a good legal mind that can tell you the state of the law, what your chances are, and what other potential outcomes that you may not be thinking about. Many times we get tunnel vision with what we want and our hatred of the other side or the financial costs that we might be dealing with. And it's good to have a good lawyer who's going to give you the good, bad, and indifferent so that you can come to the best result for you. And many times they'll come up with things you haven't thought about. Have we considered mediation? Have we considered making this type of an offer? Whatever the case may be, things that are outside of the box that you may not be thinking about. That's what you're paying that good lawyer to do, to help you with other ways to get to the end and get your case ultimately resolved. Number 7, having good legal representation many times can save time. If you've got a good lawyer, that lawyer can tell you, hey, here's what's going to happen if we do this. Have you thought about this? And many times what will happen is, look, this is a way to resolve this so that both of you may not be completely happy, but it gets you to that right outcome. That could be very much of a time-saving device, because going through a complete legal process is very expensive, and you just don't know what that outcome will be at the end. Having good legal representation allows you to build that strong case. You're not going into a situation willy-nilly. Good representation, at least as far as I'm concerned, I want to have a strategy. I want to have a game plan. I want to have deadlines. I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm expecting, right? And you do the right things, typically speaking, it gets you to that right result, okay? Too many people go into fights just unprepared, not ready, assuming one thing, and they're only going in one direction. Boom, they get punched over here. They're not ready for that. And then your game plan is completely thrown off. Having the right representation makes you ready for that punch, gets you prepared for what will happen. And when you do get hit, gets you ready to hit right back. So having that good and strong legal representation, very important in this particular process. We're getting to the end now, getting close to the end. But number 9. Many times when you're involved in these legal fights, you don't want to talk to the other side because they've wronged you. You don't want to communicate with them. Hey, I'm going to see you in court. How many times have you heard that, right? Well, when you have good representation, it allows them to maybe talk to the other side, maybe talk to their representative, to get them to understand certain things. Oh, I didn't know that happened over there. And once you have a better understanding of to certain things that you may not have known, then it typically allows you to move towards getting something resolved. But better communication in a situation so that people understand how you're feeling, what's going on in that mind of yours, is very important in terms of getting to that end result, resolution of the case. Communication, very, very important. Number 10, and our final tip for the day, is having good representation gives you peace of mind. Not only from a professional perspective, but personal peace of mind. Whenever you have a legal issue that's weighing on you, these things are very taxing. They're very difficult to deal with in many situations. Having good representation allows you to have someone that you can talk with, discuss with, and you can put your trust in that particular person. I know as a lawyer, it's really important to me to have that client understand, hey, this case is important to me. I want to fight for you. And I make sure that my clients know that I'm going to be there in good times and in bad. And so it gives you as a client peace of mind to know that your legal issue is being being dealt with in the right fashion, with the right person, to get you to the right outcome. If at any point you don't feel you're having this, you got to ask that person, hey, is your heart really in this? Do you feel strongly about this? Hey, am I making the right decision? Ask that lawyer those tough questions, right? And then look them in the eye and see what they're telling you. Get that honest opinion from them with regards to what they believe about your case. And then once you found that right lawyer, you got to trust them. You have to trust them, okay? Their job is not to tell you what you want to hear. Their job is to get you to that right outcome. So once you found that right lawyer, you should have peace of mind that regardless of the outcome that no one can control, that you're in the best hands to get you to the outcome that you're looking for, okay? Which should then give you, as the client, peace of mind and reduce that stress level. Those are the important things and the reasons why you need to have a good lawyer with whatever you do. I'm a good lawyer, and every time I step into the courtroom, I always have representation, making sure they're watching my back. I'm Attorney D Law. I hope these issues and points have helped you with knowing why you need a good lawyer in your corner. Give us your comments. Let us know, were any of the points on point? Do you agree with anything? Do you disagree with anything? Tell me what I'm wrong on. And more importantly, what do you want to hear about next? We want your involvement with this. We want to give you good content and information. So please like and subscribe down below, and let's blow this thing up, baby. I am D Miller. You now know why you need a good lawyer. And that's our show for the day. This is D Law.